Drink. Oh, nothing. How to get a drink. All right. Clean all this up here. Lift your tail. All this gunky stuff in there. See all that poopy stuff in there? You can smell it now that I've removed it. You can smell all that in there. Okay. This is stuff that's not getting cleaned off or wiped for a while. Nope, 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 stay there. Doesn't look real pretty in there. Get this blade right here going. Change my blade. You want to pop this area up. Just pop it out so you can spread it and get all that gunky stuff out of there as well. And the color doesn't make me, I'm not really excited about the color. And you can kind of see that something in there. Okay. And what I mean is like this. You want to shave that, whatever that is, out of there, okay? And get it nice and clean for her so that hopefully this is not something more than what it is. But I will need to show the pet parent. Okay, so we're going to shave all that out. This is going to be so relieving once I get it out of there. Someone's got to do it, man. Okay, yeah, it's got some creamy stuff going on in there. Real tough area to get in there. Okay, let me see here. I'm going to wash it real good and then see what I can do after the bath on that. Alright, now switch out our blade here and get a 40. We're going to start I started carrying some wipes if you guys need. So right here I could just really quick wipe my hands down, wipe my fingernails down and stuff like that. If you want, they're pretty inexpensive. I just carried them so make it affordable for you guys to be able to have something you can reach into. So you can finish the groom first and then wash your hands afterwards. Here. These are so cute.
Lightning forces.
Let me get a picture here.
Special edition.
I'm going to lower her down so you can get a good view. And look that way. Let me get my ear pad. Okay, look this way, babe. Little by little here. Don't do that. No. No. Too much moving around means I might grab the wrong thing, so you want control here. Little by little here. You want just what's in the ear canal here. Nope. You want a good hold here. I know, look at all that. I'm going to empty that because there's still more. Okay, let me see here. She's doing great for this. Look at all that way down the ear canal there. Okay, that's good, man. We got a lot out. Alright, we're going to come to this other ear. See what we're working with. Look that way. It's really hot in here. Little by little. No, let's see. Look over here. I'm so sorry. Let me see. Little by little here. It's not going to come out on its own. Look at all that. I did grab a different set of hemostats. It's good to have 2 hemostats on hand. Okay. I need you to look this way. No, let me see. I need you to look up. I know, right? Look up. Look up. We're going to come in and clean her ear flaps as well. Her ear flaps as well look pretty dirty, so I'm sure to clean all of it. There we go. Hey you guys, so this pet, she had a lot going on, and sometimes as a groomer we're in there and we see the dog way more than like a veterinarian might see the dog. So in this case, I could see that there was some issues in her private area. It's not something I personally would want there in my private area. So I like to look at this pet as if it were my own. And as I'm grooming the pet and I see things that I know should not be there and you want to remove it, like hair that's clumped up and causing issues, and where she urinates from, it's coming out and the hair's all tangled in there, I personally would want to remove that. I think it takes a little bit of experience to know how to remove it without harming an animal, so it's not like an everybody's thing. So you may or may not have run into something like this yourself and wondered, how far do I take this? So in my situation, I have seen this before. You've seen a Cocker Spaniel that had a urinary tract infection. We caught it. The pet parent was there. I showed her. We cleaned it all out together. In the sense of, I'm not trying to do what a veterinarian is going to do. I'm at least removing all the hair, what the groomer's actions should do. Remove all that hair, the knotted, matted, if it's all matted in there, it needs to come out. And I worked for a veterinarian, I worked alongside a veterinarian, and I remember, you see what you see, and then you remember it, and then you learn. So I worked alongside a veterinarian that never replaced his 40 blades. And they were chipped. And I understand chipped blades, okay? You don't want to replace them. They're $40, $50 a blade. I get it. But I worked alongside a veterinarian for a while, that would not replace his 40 blade. And every time, not every time, but many times he would shave down with a 40 blade the animal for surgery and always nick the dog. And it's going into surgery, it's short anyway, it's gonna burn. A 40 blade is not usually a great blade to use in grooming for the body, but to do surgery, you have to. So that's their job. I'm not a veterinarian, I'm not critiquing him. I just remember seeing the nicks on the dog after a 40 blade was used, and the 40 blade, because it was, I even tried, I was like, hey, I'll sell you some 40 blades, you know. Nope, never replaced them. And they were chipped up, older, they probably were sanitized, I don't know, I'm not trying to say all that, but what I am saying is the 40 blade is a blade that's really needs to be replaced. If the teeth are chipped all in the middle, you know, you really need to replace that, because that's just going to grab up skin in there and nick the dog. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't just do it. But I have seen that. Imagine someone taking a 40 blade with chips on it to remove the hair in the sanitary area of a female dog. Because I've seen that, I know that I can remove the hair here and not injure the dog further, so that the pet parent can take that pet to a veterinarian and have just a regular urinary test done to see if the pet has a bladder or a bladder infection or a urinary tract infection. That's all going to be done at the veterinarian. But the hair part, the part that has to do with what we see today, with what we've seen today, that clumpiness, that creamy stuff all mixed with matted hair, as a groomer, in my opinion, in my business, because I know I would not have nicked her, taken it out, that she would have been cleaner, I wanted to remove that. So that's what I chose to do, is call it out, video record it, show it to the pet parent, have proof to show it to the pet parent, so it isn't like this was something that started because they came to my favorite groomer. This is something that's been there for a long time, and I'm finding it and I'm showing it to you. I think that that is very important in your relationship with your clients, to catch it and then show that it's been fermenting for how long? You know, you don't even know how long, but it's been there longer than just a couple hours, okay, or just from today's grooming. So you want to protect your work, show proof to the pet parent, in my opinion, and in my case, educate you guys. So you want to take it to a different level, you can. If you know what you're doing, I would have removed all that hair. If you don't know what you're doing, you're not sure, don't do anything. Just let them know. Maybe take a picture, text them and say, hey, this is what I'm seeing. I recommend seeing a veterinarian. Rather than not saying anything, the pet goes home. Lo and behold, that has a urinary tract infection issue where they do take the pet in, and then they do say something like, well, the pet was at the groomer yesterday, so could have been that. So instead of having all that transpose, go ahead and mention it. If you see something, whatever it is, including the seriousness of a urinary tract infection or a possibility of one, you see that stuff, have it on video, have a picture of it, and brief the pet parent before they go home. Otherwise, it just could be a flip on you, right? You see it, you don't say anything, they may never come back and you never knew why, but it's because they thought it happened here. So, don't do that. It's really hard to watch and look at, it's very dirty, but those are the things that we should be paying attention of. Clean that area, wash that area, keep it clean. Pay attention as a pet parent. Are we having issues back there? You want to know if your pet has a bladder infection. I promise you, bladder infections are very painful. So if your pet's having one, you should know some of the signs. So some of the signs of a bladder infection or a urinary tract infection, in my opinion, which I've caught a few in my career, are that odor. It's very strong. Like, it's not just urine. It's like urine mixed with just ickiness. It's really strong. It's like pungent. And that smell alone, don't mistake it from anal gland smell, because that smell is its own thing. That's very fishy, in my words. Very fishy is an anal gland issue. Very pungent, and it smells like urine, but it's just got this real, like it's been fermenting smell. That is a good sign that you want to get your pet looked at on a urinary issue. You're over urinating, like all of a sudden your dog just can't hold herself or himself, and he's just peeing more than usual. And if he's a little bit overweight, sometimes that's a good sign too. There's some other issues going on there, and he can't hold his urine. So let's just say my Shih Tzu, who's already gone, Suey, he's doing great. He's peeing on a normal basis, you know, and all of a sudden he wakes up and he's got a little puddle, or every couple days I'm noticing he can't make it quite out the door to pee anymore, then I'm like wondering what's going on, because he didn't get old overnight in that you know, that year. All this happened within a couple months. It's not that he got old overnight. There's something that we need to have checked out, and that could be something with his urinary or his bladder. Okay, so get those checked out. Take that straight to the veterinarian, and as early as possible. I probably wouldn't do a emergency veterinarian visit for that. If it started, like, this is my opinion, if I woke up at 10 p.m. and noticed, okay, we got a urinary problem, I probably wouldn't hustle the dog into a veterinarian that's emergency. I would probably wait till 10 a.m. or 9 a.m., usually like 8 a.m., a regular veterinarian. Your regular veterinarian opens up, and go in, try to get in that next day. Even if you have to go in and sit and wait, do try to get in quickly, because I personally know what a bladder infection feels like. I grew up having a few, and I remember, wow, you know, it's very painful. And first didn't even know what it was. So I know if a pet's having it, that pain is probably striking. They just don't know how to tell you. So I hope this video helps you understand how to clean out that area, what to watch for, and just seeing at face value it occurring on a dog that I've never groomed before. It's a new client. And so to be able to catch something like that, and the pet parent going, yeah, thank you, Dee Dee, we'll go get it checked out. So that's really important. Refer and know some veterinarians, more than one, in your area that you trust and like and know their prices of, so you can share that information with the client standing in front of you, and they can go right to a veterinarian that you can refer them to, instead of going home and spending a few hours investigating that, right? Because you're going to do this over and over if you're a groomer and this is your career. All right, thanks for watching Dee Dee Croy. I appreciate you guys. Be sure to shop with myfavoritegroomer.com. If you have any information or comments below, if your pets have suffered this kind of situation, or you also have, as a groomer, comment below what you've been through. We appreciate it. Make sure you share and like the video if you did, and we'll see you next time.